So I was tagged by Courtney for the 2 books and 1 stone BookTube tag, and this tag could really be about any books like YA or science fiction or romance. However, I will be limiting all of my answers to only be focused on cozy mystery books. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa and welcome to my Cozy Mystery AuthorTube channel where we talk about all things related to cozy mystery writing. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Monday. Now this tag has 10 questions and 2 of them I will not be answering, and I will explain why once we get to them. And I have zero idea about the history of this tag or where it came from. I just know that Courtney tagged me and it looked fun, so we're gonna do it. Now the first question is the second to last book that you read, and that is Mixing Up Murder by Emily Lynn. It is a new book in her Dog Diner series, and it is more of like slapstick kind of humorous, funny, and so if you like that, which I do, I think you'll really love this book. And more importantly, if you like this book, there are, I think, 4 or 5 other book series, cozy mystery series, planned all within this same world. So we'll talk about another book series inside of there that I'm absolutely in love with in a few questions. But I think I found Emily Lynn, in case you're wondering, from the call I put out for the August Cozy Escape newsletter, and I just asked people to send me their new releases, and Emmy sent hers, and it had like the cutest cover on it, so I started reading it, and then I just couldn't stop. So that's how I found that book. All right, question number 2, the second book from the top of your TBR list. Actually, I shared my entire TBR list already with my mailing list because I send out a monthly planner every single month. I've been doing this for at least a year now to all of the people on my mailing list, which have mostly been writers. However, since Courtney and I started the Cozy Escape Book Club last month, we asked people what they wanted, and they suggested that I add a section for readers with a TBR section, as well as a place for them to track ratings for their books and put together a reading schedule. So I always put examples of my own stuff inside of there to help inspire people, or so that they know how to fill out the blank pages in the planner. So for me, I put in all of my 9 books for next month, and 4 of them actually are from the Cozy Escape Book Club. So every month, if you didn't know, we choose 4 books, and those 4 books are dependent upon the theme for the season. So like for fall, we said we were going to do bookish, library kind of cozy mysteries, and so everybody in the book club gets to vote, and that whatever book wins is the one we pick. However, there's no reason you can't read all of the other books. It's not like they were bad books, they just weren't as popular as the one that was chosen. So I put all 4 of those bookish cozies on my TBR list for September. So I will leave a link down below too if you want the September monthly planner. It is still the beginning of the month, and I think you could get a lot of value out of it, especially if you just like planners and printables. It's pretty long too. It's like 35, I think 36 pages. And of course, it has recipes in it, which was kind of weird because I had my romance AuthorTube channel before, and they were probably like, why are you putting recipes in a book? But now that I've like stepped into what I really want to do, which is cozy mysteries, it's totally fine. That's why I feel like this is such a good fit. Anyways, moving on. So question number 3, 2-star reads. And I guess 2-star, I'm guessing it means out of 5 stars, and that just seems mean to me. So I'm skipping this question. I'm kind of a Pollyanna if you've ever met me, like even in real life. I'm just like things that are happy. And when I don't know what to do in any situation, I always say, what would the Good Witch do? Because she's like my role model. She's just nice. She's calm. She's like somebody you wish was your best friend or your relative. So anyways, that's me, and I asked myself, what would the Good Witch do? And she would not answer this question. So we're moving on to question number 4, 2 great books by the same author. So I mentioned before the Emily Lynn book, and it's set in, I think it's called Blueberry Cove. And so the other series that I absolutely am in love with is the Pet Whisperer PI Cozy Mystery Series by Molly Fitz. Now, Molly writes really fast, which is good for you because you're going to burn through those books like really quickly. And it does have a little bit of magical elements, but not really. I mean, the main character does talk to her cat, but it's not like hocus pocus kind of stuff. So if you're not into that, I wouldn't pass it up just because of that, because they are so good. Anyways, those are my favorite books right now, and I've read all of them, and I'm counting the minutes until the next book comes out. Number 5, 2 books that you bailed on, that you hated or wish you'd bailed on. And again, I am skipping this question. However, I will say books that I DNF, like did not finish, are usually something that are negative. Like if they're a little too negative in any way, where they're just bashing characters a little too much or doing a little too much fat shaming when they describe characters, I don't really like that. And so I usually will not finish those particular books. Now, question number 6, 2 reads so far this year. So 2 reads are obviously the Molly Fitz Pet Whisperer PI, and the second one is the Kimberly Bine-Chattel. I hope I'm saying her name right. It is the Poppy McVie Mysteries, and I know they've been out for quite a while, but I just discovered them. They're more of an amateur sleuth. It's a little bit like she's just kind of running around, not going to different places, so not typically like your regular cozy where it's just in one location, but I think they're hilarious and I really like them. And because I did already mention the Molly Fitz, I will mention a third series, which is the Camilla Monk Spotless series. Now, unfortunately, Camilla does not write mysteries anymore. I think she wrote 3 or 4 books within the Spotless series, and I don't know if it's a coincidence, but the main character inside of her books is just like the TV show character Monk, and that's also her pen last name, and he is OCD about being clean and neat and putting things back in order. So that's why it's called the Spotless series, and I think it's hilarious, so I do love that series as well. Number 7 is 2 new favorite booktubers, and obviously my favorite booktuber is Courtney over at Cortagonist, but that's kind of a cop-out because you probably guessed that she's one of my favorites. So 2 other favorites that I have are Read with Cindy, and she's super real and very down to earth and super casual. So the second booktuber is Caitlin, who I actually know here in San Diego, and she has a booktube channel called Big Screen Books. And I like it because she mixes in book reviews also with her trailer reactions, and we have the exact same taste in movies. And so that's why she's one of my favorite booktube channels as well. Now, Caitlin right now is doing a big push for creating a library in Africa. So if you are interested in that or would like to help fund or support that, I will leave her link down below too. There's a lot of information about that on her channel. Number 8 is books you've read twice. And on my TBR list for September is 5 books at the top that I've already read that I'm reading twice right now, and it's the Nancy Drew mysteries. And I grew up reading those, absolutely love them. And I'm super excited that there is a Nancy Drew TV series coming to the CW this fall. So in anticipation of that, I have picked 5 of my favorite books from the series. I think there are like 115 or maybe even more than that books in the Nancy Drew series. And so I just kind of picked 5 that I remembered from my childhood, and that's what I'll be reading for the second time. Number 9, famous quotes from books. I actually have 0 quotes from you. It's not that I'm not going to answer it, it's just that I can't think of quotes. So when we say on the Cozy Escape Book Club, like, look out for quotes, and I repost things, those are all Courtney. She's 100% the brains behind all of the quotes. So whatever skill that is, where you can read something and be like, this is a great quote that I should requote out, I lack that skill. So luckily we have Courtney to do that for us. So moving on to the next question, which is tag a number of booktubers that's dividable by 2. And as you know, I'm not good at math anyway, and plus I'm not really a booktuber. So I'm just going to say, if you are watching this video and you are a booktuber, consider yourself tagged by me. So go ahead, post your video, DM me, let me know, and I will reshare it. So I hope everyone had fun. You got some good cozy mystery book recommendations. I will leave all of those below, and I hope you are having a fabulous day. And don't forget, this Saturday, Courtney and I will be posting chapters 1 and 2 from Death by Coffee, which is this month's Cozy Mystery. I keep saying Cozy Mystery. I did not mean that. This month's Cozy Escape book club pick. So last month I read chapter 1 and chapter 2 from the book that we had chosen. And this month she's reading chapter 1 and I will read chapter 2. And you definitely don't want to miss her rendition because she has really good voice inflection and almost like she's acting it out. She could totally be, not even joking, a narrator professionally on Audible. She's just that good. So I will be trying to keep up and I will be reading chapter 2 on Saturday as well. So hope to see you then and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.